So yeah, let's talk about goddamn Harry Styles for a second, okay? And this sort of like interview slash article that came out. Because it's been like weighing on me a little bit for the last couple days. It's really been, look at this frame. God, I can't wait to never see this movie. Um, okay, so let's go through this article, right? Title: Harry Styles, My Policeman's sex scenes will show tenderness of queer love. It's not like this is a gay story about these guys being gay, okay, Styles said. It's about love and about wasted time to me. Okay, well, that sounds pretty gay to me, my dude. Whatever. Uh, okay. Like, okay, let's just read a little bit, okay? Harry Styles is proud to be a part of showing the tenderness of gay sex. The Grammy winner stars opposite Emma Corrin in My Policeman, a 1957 set period piece about a love triangle between a closeted cop, groundbreaking, his wife, and a museum curator. Oh, Jesus Christ. God, it sounds even worse than what I thought it would be. And it's like pretty close to what I thought it would be. It's obviously pretty unfathomable now to think, oh, you couldn't be gay. That was illegal. Okay, it's not unfathomable. Styles told Rolling Stone of leading the film, I think everyone, including myself, has your own journey with figuring out sexuality and getting more comfortable with it. It's not like this is a gay story about these guys being gay. It's about love and wait and about wasted time to me. Okay, so this is like the love is love reaction to gay stories, and it's super annoying. I actually hate "Love Is Love" as like I mean, I don't really like any slogans. They don't really. I know that they're not meant to like capture nuances, but slogans like "Love Is Love" really refuse to capture the nuances. It's like they're allergic to the nuances. I don't know, because it kind of makes this distinction like yes, I did. Yes, I did title my stream from the thing you just sent me. Um, so anyway, I hate the "love is love" thing because it on a it's difficult because love is one of those like non-falsifiable things that you can't really like say what it means, I guess. Um, but like gay love versus straight love, like yes they're the same but they're also very different, right? They're not obviously the same thing. um, did you just reply to a text rather than the chat? Well, the chat is the only person, no one's in chat right now. What do you want me to do? Not everybody has the luxury of having a Twitch account to comment with, okay? Um, Also, okay, this first line is very funny to me. It's obviously pretty unfathomable now to think, oh, you couldn't be gay, that was illegal. It's like, that's not unfathomable, Harry. What are you talking about? It's literally not unfathomable. There are like, doesn't the US right now have like no laws protecting gay people against discrimination? It's like, he's such. Okay, I don't want to read this. Styles added that the sex scenes in My Policeman focus more so on emotional lovemaking. Oh God, kill me. Rather than the physicality of intercourse compared to his "Don't Worry, Darling" steamy sex scenes. See, like, um, it's weird that they're drawing this dichotomy as if like why can't we? Yeah, he was comparing it to his last movie, which I think is still kind of shit. It's like, wow, instead of being like, wow, why can't we have steamy sex scenes with gays? It's like, oh, isn't it better that we're focusing on emotional lovemaking? Emotional lovemaking. God, I want to kill myself when I read that. So much of gay sex in film is two guys going at it, and it kind of removes the tenderness from it. There will Styles opened up. Okay, whoever wrote this article is very funny. there will be, I would imagine, some people who watch it who were very much alive during this time when it was illegal to be gay, and the director wanted to show that it's tender and loving and sensitive. Okay, and this is the part that I kind of want to talk about because, like, I don't know what like gay movies he's been watching, but like, all we get is tenderness. All we get is just watching two men be tender and cute and ooh gay boys together. And so you're like, I think the only two stories that I can think of with like intense or like aggressive lovemaking is are like Brokeback Mountain, where Heath Ledger just spits on his hand and stuffs Jake Gyllenhaal's pussy full of beans. Um, and then Shameless, the where the redheaded guy played by Cameron Moynihan, is that his name? Shameless also has like really cool sex scenes between like just these like scummy guys who are just like like just I don't know what Harry Styles is referring to here. Like, okay, comparing it to your last movie, that's great, but like there are no steamy gay sex scenes in modern film because like mainstream audiences and Harry Styles is like fans themselves, I'm guessing, would probably be really uncomfortable with that. I mean, they are still uncomfortable with that. There's still this stigma around like where gay sex has to be like tender and ooh and oh, don't they love each other so much? Love is love. And it's like, okay, but also I want to fuck. Like, why can't I do both? Like, I don't know. Like, mainstream audiences are still super uncomfortable with the kind of like if we were to show like 50 Shades of Grey, but it was two men instead of a man and a woman, like that would never get made. I'm sorry. I don't want to like think the least about Hollywood, but like I do. So, can you blame me? Like, we don't get any of that. Like, I literally don't know what he's talking about. Um, what is this? What else do we go? Oh, that's like the whole article. Okay. It's just kind of frustrating. I'm not even mad. I just don't know what movies he's referring. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, well, here's the thing. I am a little bit mad because Harry Styles is such a grifter. Like, that's what bothers me the most. Is not like the statement itself is really funny because again, all we get is the tenderness of gay men. Like, we never get intense, animalistic, carnal, you know, um, representations of gay sex. We always get the oh, 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 I've never done this before. Like, oh god, or like panning to the window, right? Like, the statement is stupid and cringy on its own, but like Harry Styles saying it is just like an extra kind of kick to the teeth because he's such a goddamn grifter. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. Like, his whole like pretending. Here's the thing. I don't like it when people who are in the public eye pretend, not pretend to be queer, but like act coy about it. And they're like, oh, my. What am I saying? Like, my sexuality is nobody's business. You can't ask me. Those things are private. And it's like, well, yes, but you also are a public figure. And if the job of a public figure is to be representative of a population, which unfortunately that is part of the job, then you kind of can't be coy about your identity. Or like, if you are going to be coy about it, then don't talk about it at all. Like, it's weird that he wants to like have his cake and eat it too by never confirming any queerness, but then going on and talking about it all the time. Um, what was another line that I found really, really funny? Um, is it even in this article? Probably not. Where's the other? Oh my god. Oops. Oh yeah, I think everyone, including myself, has your own journey with figuring out sexuality and getting more comfortable with it. I like that line because it's like he's only dated like rich women, like rich famous women. Like you've never seen him on the arm with a guy. You've never like there have been no like ooh someone caught like him on a date with a guy or whatever. And here's the thing. If you go through like a journey of like not knowing whether you're straight or not and come out the other side being straight and you're just like, yeah, that's me. Like maybe you've hooked up with like a couple same sex people, a couple people of the same gender, and you're just like, yeah, that's not for me actually. I am just straight. Like all the power to you. And this is like that's not an issue. But like it is very funny for like what is ostensibly a straight guy coming out with this message as if it's supposed to be liberating for gay people and kind of like telling gay people what to expect from their gay sex scenes or like what to want from it, I guess. Like, I don't know, that makes it just makes no sense to me. Um, there was another point I wanted to make, and I can't really remember it right now. Um, oh, he's a grifter. I think that was the big point. Just like this idea of acting coy about your sexuality or your gender and then thinking that it's okay to then, like, I don't know, like, it's always weird when I see people who are in the public eye who are like allies or whatever, but they're not queer themselves. Or maybe they are, you don't know. You just don't know. Um, just commenting on it. I just think it's kind of inappropriate, honestly. I don't think it's cool at all. And I think this idea about like showing the tenderness of queer love, it's like I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but like don't pat your own back for it because like I can't think of more than two stories in the mainstream that have not been like tender. Or wait, I I messed up that sentence. I don't know. I just don't know what he's been watching. I guess. Um, I also just wish people would. Oh yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to say. So the mainstream audiences are like uncomfortable. Fellas, Harry needs to shush. Yes. Thank you, the Gain artist. That's a good name. Um, So like the mainstream audiences are like still uncomfortable with gay sex. We know this because like all of the gay sex in like mainstream movies is either like non-existent, pan to the window kind of stuff, or it's like tender little kisses while they like emotionally bond. And it's like, okay, I'm sick of watching men emotionally bond on screen. But the other thing too is that like, and I'm sorry to say this, and I hope the gays don't find this, but like, it's also like mainstream audiences are also uncomfortable with masculine gay men more so than they are with like femmes. Like in the real world, I think femmes are more like definitely more like shit on 100%. I wouldn't want to take away, but what I wouldn't want to take that away. But in media, when was the last time you saw like two bearded like like sportsmen with big like guts or like big muscles or whatever, or like fishing and hunting? Like you never see gay characters who are just like masculine bros. Like you see boring sexless gay characters like in Love, Simon, but like they're teenagers, so I don't really want to see like sex scenes of them, obviously. um like you see a lot of neutered kind of normie gay characters, but you never see like mask gay characters. And I know that like the whole mask for mask thing is obviously a meme. It's a joke. It's not like it's not okay. I think being mask for mask on an app is kind of like weird. Like you can be that, but why do you have to put that on your on your profile? Um, but you never see it in film, and it's because masculine gay men are just more threatening to mainstream audiences. Like that's the only way I can say it. Um, and again, same thing. Like the reason we don't have movies with where is it? Where does he say? Two men going at it. The reason you don't see two men going at it. Hello. The reason you never see two men going at it, and the reason is the same as like the reason you never see masculine gay men on screen. They're just more threatening to mainstream audiences because they're less easy to like, I guess, put in a gay box. I don't know how else to put it really. Like femme gays, drag queens, best friends, hey girl, hey, you know, gays. Nothing wrong with them. Love them to death. Live your best life. But what I will say is Hollywood, mainstream audiences, mainstream film industry is so much more comfortable putting them on screen because they're good little F slurs and they just stick to their they stick to their station. That's what it is. And same thing with like tender, tender queer love scenes. It's just easier to fathom that because we don't want to think about gay sex as anything other than like tender and soft and non-threatening, non-aggressive, when like it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than what we've been shown. And I just think this like presumption and this attitude that Harry Styles has been just putting on through his goddamn grift for however long it is, pretending to be pretending to be queer. Let's just put it. Let's put a spade a spade. I'm sorry that it's like straight until proven gay, but like you're a public figure. I'm sorry. If you really want to like empower queer people, then like own it. That's it. Um, you don't empower people by saying, "Oh, well, it's none of your business." Like that's not that. I'm sorry. That's garbage. That makes no sense. The gay rugby movie is coming. Oh, I am very excited for that one. What is it called? In from the Side. Yeah, there's a gay rugby movie coming up called In from the Side. And it looks really good, and I like the fact that it's about two gays like having an affair, and it's like they're both out, they're part of a gay rugby team, they're both these like bearded, just kind of like they kind of just both look like a little bit skeezy, and I like that a lot. We need more skeezy gays. Um, but the problem with that movie is that both of the leads kind of look really similar. They're kind of like boyfriend twins, honestly. It's difficult to tell them apart in the trailer, but I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be a I think it'll be a good movie. Thing is, so much mask gay rep also comes off as well. That's the thing. Like you can't just have a masked gay guy in a movie because they always have to like subvert it, right? Where they have to like he's masked, but he likes a little wicked every now and then. It's like it's just let him be masked. Let him like masked things. Let him not like musicals or whatever. Like I don't know. It's like me though. Well, yeah, same. Me too. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. It almost feels like a little bit of it's kind of like a horseshoe theory thing where on one hand I want gay characters would make um I want gay characters to have a wide range of like interests and hobbies and things to talk about, but then you kind of like overshoot, and now it's like no, I don't. Stop, like, there's almost a sense of the other side being like, okay, we have this masked gay character. We need them to be, like, gay or whatever. How am I gonna say this? Um, Sometimes it feels almost like reminding the character that even though this gay man has a lot of masked traits, it's okay because he still likes to twirl to Judy, you know. Um, Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that it's like, I don't know. I think don't make a movie about gay car guys and sneakerheads. Yes, make a movie about gay car guys and sneakerheads. And I want them to be fully out. And I don't want this to be a coming out story. And I don't want their friends to care. And I don't want one of them to die at the end. Why is this such a difficult like concept to put together? You just do like a Romeo and Juliet thing where like our two main characters are a couple of grease monkeys who like work at different like one works at a Mr. Lube and the other one works at like what's the other one? I don't know. A Firestone. You know, Romeo and Juliet die Totoro. No, but I mean more like the general structure of like two characters who come from different like they're in the same business but they're like rivals and they start an affair and then like nobody dies and it's fine, like just you know, or like two gay race car drivers. But then you can't put this in the hands of like straight people or even tender gay people because then yes, one of them would die in a fiery blaze or whatever, like full Downton Abbey, which obviously I don't want either. I want I want more aggressive gay sex scenes in films. That's number one. More like just good, intense, like the kind of stuff that you would see in any straight movie. You know, that's all I'm saying. Okay, and I think this like attitude that like, oh, I'm gonna bring tenderness to gay cinema is like, okay, well, get in line. Like you're at the end of the line. Anyway, Romeo and Juliet die. Yeah, I know. But not in my version. In my version, Juliet lives, and she girl bosses the Montagues and Capulets to work together. That's like half of Toronto theater, right? Just like feminist retellings of Shakespeare plays and Greek myths. It's just like, what if this less interesting thing happened? Yeah. And Juliet. What's and Juliet? I don't even know what that is. Probably, honestly. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is it. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, it is and Juliet. But let me just tell you this: there are two plays with the and Juliet plot. And Juliet and a different one. They both have the same story. They both have the same story. I'm not even joking. Like, it's wild. The fact there are two happening right now in Toronto and they're exactly the same. It's so funny. And then you've got Trojan Girls, I think, which I haven't seen and I don't think I will, but it's like, what if the Trojan horse was filled with lady soldiers, I guess. I don't know. It's just very funny. What if Liz Estrada, but they all had smartphones? Like, do we really need any more feminist contemporary reimaginings of ancient Greek myths? I don't think so. Like, what if Narcissus never looked in the pool? Like, I guess we wouldn't have a story then. Like, God. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to start the stream early to talk about that for a bit because it was a real bee in my bonnet. It was really cramping my style for a bit. My hairy style.